All right, guys, and before we start this Mega Man X4 run, I have a $10,000 donation. Courtesy of Edward that says, I see this Mega Man X4 run will be with X, which means we do know, in fact, what we are fighting for. I lost my immediate family member this last year, so here's to helping others to not have to go through this. Thank you so much, and with that, we are ready for Mega Man X4 with Ultra Uberness. Take it away.
This is Mega Man X4. We're just gonna try to do the best we can. It's funny enough, actually, I just got a PB actually on the way right before I got here, so hopefully I didn't use all my good luck. All right, so the game starts when you choose the character, so I'll count down. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Just like every other Mega Man X game, there's a really basic intro. You're gonna see some different movements. In Mega Man X4, you actually can't do a full dash. You actually lose time from the initial start of the dash. So you're gonna see a lot of just dash jumping to progress through the stages. So it's just really straightforward after that. So if you guys on the couch want to like introduce yourselves, go ahead.
I'm Orsa, still.
Frankentech. Tapatio Jet.
Yeah, like Ultra said, the movement in this game is almost entirely dash jumps because every dash has an initial startup period of 7 frames. So every time you do a full dash instead of a dash jump, you're losing 7 frames due to just standing there doing nothing. Thankfully, you can just hold down the dash button and chain dash jumps together, so it's not too hard to do frame perfect dash jumps in this game.
So Ultra, my first question here is, who is this and why is it not Zero?
Good question. Because X is the better character. I don't know who that red Mega Man person is, really.
Yeah. Blue Mega Man.
But yeah, the intro stage is pretty straightforward. Like I said, you're just going to see a lot of just dash jumping and just kind of progressing forward. Not much really to explain at the beginning. This is actually 100%, so we're going to get a lot of capsules. Sadly, this is one of the very first games there's actually no one-hit kill. So there's a thing we call Nova Strike we'll be getting a little bit later in the game. We didn't get the good pattern from him. You can kind of manipulate this guy to kind of stand still and shoot his like blue balls at you, and
I'm all about that.
that will actually get a better pattern of shooting him and just kind of getting him faster.
Yeah, his pattern is based on your position. So if you're in the same spot, he'll do pretty much the same thing every time with just a little bit of variance. You also saw Ultra using half charges. Half charges actually do 2 damage in this game to most bosses compared to full charges, which do 3. Since Region's iframes are so short, there's really no sort of fancy thing you can do other than just spam green shots at him.
You'll see that in the next Maverick actually we have to fight. Magma Dragoon, who stole the Shoryuken and the Hadouken from us actually in this game. He actually has 2 attacks, so that's what they're actually called. Magma Dragoons, actually an interesting thing about Magma Dragoons, you can actually fight him with the mech. So, but that's really slow, so you don't want to do that. Sadly, in this and Mega Man X4, you actually have to mash text boxes instead of just holding start as you would in X1. Magma Dragoon. So we're actually in a volcano, so we're trying to get to Dragoon, who apparently betrayed us. So we are apparently going to get some revenge in the meantime at the process. So
Yeah, these first few stages are routing entirely around getting the Buster upgrade as early as possible. Right now, the earliest we can get it is 3rd, because to get the Buster upgrade, you need Web Spider's ability, and to 100% Web Spider, you need Dragoon's ability. So this is a very logical first stage to choose. Unfortunately, in this route, there is a revisit. There's sort of a cycle between those 3 bosses that I just previously mentioned, where you can't 100% all 3 of them without the previous ones. So there is going to be one revisit later in the run.
Funny thing about these green things, I'm actually getting, wow, that was really good. You don't normally get that with X. X's hitbox is actually a little bit bigger than 0, so you can actually bonk those things really consistently. That was actually really good jumps for me to get that.
X has those big feet, you know?
So that was the mech. We got rid of it, so we can try to, we're going to have charge shots again. Dragoon's iframes are actually a lot smaller than most bosses, so I'll try to get this here.
Now, this boss is fairly random in his pattern, but almost all of his attacks have tells about what he's going to do next. So if you know all of those, then it's a pretty straightforward fight. You just have to react to what he's doing.
Or if you know Street Fighter.
It's Dragoon.
Those are done.
And then Dragoon gives you a only cutscene that tells you he betrayed you because he wanted to fight you because you were the strongest. And he lost. So
He's like Rocky.
the next is Web Spider, where he takes over, if I remember correctly, he takes over a force because there's like a hidden missile or something that he wants to take, so it's funny. A secret weapon.
You get to see his life story right there, so.
Yeah. I always thought that was pretty cool. So there's gonna be some interesting movement. There's like this really weird fish that you want him to jump in the air. So we're gonna try to get him to jump in the air as we go underneath him. There we go. And this is where we get our first capsule. We're gonna get some new Nike boots here that Dr. Light gives us. First he tells us about why we have to fight and everything. And then X is like, because I have to. He's like, fine, here you go.
He says, just do it.
Something you probably noticed too is I'm actually running English. English is actually faster, which is amazing. But the Japanese version, if I remember correctly, has the boss fights. Every boss fight in Maverick has their own little voice thing that they have to say before the fight begins. And that actually loses a whole bunch of time compared to English. It's an interesting climb here. Oh, I didn't get it. So the boots, I don't think I explained it well. The boots actually give you a small air dash, and they also can help you hover. There's actually only one place you really want to hover, and that's Final Sigma in both his final forms. So it's actually relatively useful for movement-wise. Otherwise, most of the time, it can really mess me up. If I jump too far and you walk off a platform, I just end up hovering for some reason. Destroy this, we get a heart, and like I said, you just kind of want to dash as much as possible to avoid dashing forward. Now, Web Spider, his iframes actually don't matter, so you want to use full charge shots as much as you can. I'll be doing some interesting dodges so that I can actually hit that too, so. Text box.
Yeah, there's a very specific pattern of charge shots that you want to do on this guy, because once he hits a certain health threshold, he will go into his second phase. I believe it's 3-3-3, which is the correct pattern that you want. That will push him exactly into the second phase in 3 cycles. It's a little hard to do because he comes down at variable heights and throws webs at you. But
It's a really bad fight. Oh, there we go. There we go. So he's gonna shoot babies, kind of like X1 Spider, but he is not as fast. So no matter how much time you squirm out of that, you're always gonna take 2 hits. There we go.
Ooh, there we go. Nice. Very nice.
That was bad.
You living?
I don't even know the voice acting. If you take too much damage from Max, he likes to scream. I like time to get serious. So.
Time to get serious.
Yeah, he sounds like a little kid in this game for some reason.
That's what the ending cutscene is my favorite. All right, so on to Storm Eagle. I mean Owl. Same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're actually do some mech strats actually in here. They're actually faster. So it's actually good at some interesting movement. The way the mech works, if I remember correctly, Orsa can correct me because I'd probably get it wrong, is that you hold a charge and then you can dash, but if you hold it incorrectly, you can't dash anymore. You have to let it go and then you can dash again.
Mm-hmm. If you ever get caught on the ground with a full charge, then you can't dash anymore. This mech in particular is pretty good because you can dash both in the air and on the ground. So you can dash and then jump and then dash again, which is really, really good. It lets you go really fast, and also these turrets are really, really awkward if you try to do it without the mech.
So as far as I've understood it, pretty much the X series, like every other video game, the birds are jerks, right?
Yes. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Even Cyber Peacock in this game is pretty bad. All right, so. Oh wow! I did not mean to grab that health. That messed me up. Ha! Wow. All right, that's fine. Nah, I screwed it up. I thought I saw a health drop. So we're gonna climb here. Oh my god, what's going on?
Spikes are jerks too.
Wow. Alright, let's try this for real.
Yeah, unfortunately in the PlayStation games, it's not possible to like take a damage boost and climb on the spikes. The game just will push you out. So you actually there you go. You actually do need the web here to get this.
He was just practicing the other two.
There are actually two possible options for Buster upgrades here. Ultra picked up the stock shot, which lets you charge up to 4 and store them. Yep. The plasma shot is the other one, which leaves a residual Buster effect behind, but it only deals 1 damage and it triggers full iframe, so it's pretty useless.
Alright, so my goal here is to actually show something that Storm Owl can do. There's a trick called Shield Break. And Owl's actually iframes are based on a shield, and if it's not there, you can actually damage him. Kind of a bad in there.
Yeah, this boss is fairly random. You can actually tell, in general, if he's going to appear on the left or the right side of the screen, but that's about it.
Ah, I was trying to go for it. I shouldn't have. I gotta start the stage over. Dang. There's a shield break I was going for in that one.
Yeah, in general, what he was trying to do there is there's a very specific frame of animation in his pattern where he just doesn't have a shield. And if you hit him on that very specific frame, you can just mash Buster shots into him while he's throwing the orbs at you. This boss is really hard with Buster, though. The old route would do this guy 8th with his weakness, just because people were scared of bustering him. It's pretty tough.
I really wanted to show it off, that's why I went for it.
Yeah.
So. Why are you going bottom, man? Oh, wow. Screw it.
Yeah. Where he throws the orbs is sort of positioning based and sort of random, but if he places one in front of him, it makes it really difficult to get the shield break.
There you go.
We have a $150 donation from Anonymous that says, playing Mega Man X4 got me into video games and brought me to where I am now. Glad to see people playing to help beat cancer. Fido for everlasting peace.
So the next boss is Frost Walrus. Here's an interesting stage for the most part, so there's a beginning thing I want to try to do if I can, if I do it fast enough.
Love how he covers up like half the text on that screen.
In the beginning, actually, you should recognize a boss from X3.
Blizzard Buffalo.
There we go. That's a very short window of doing that. I've been practicing that past few weeks. If you messed up anything like the little snowman that you saw me pass up, you bonked, you missed, it's on like a global timer. You actually will miss that, and you have to use a different backup with Spiderweb. It doesn't save too much time, but it's looking really cool. So, everybody's favorite mini boss in this stage, or in this game. This guy is like super RNG. We want him to stay his claw open. So hopefully he tries to attack us with his claw open. If he doesn't, it's everything else is just bad. Nope.
Yeah, if he stays open, he doesn't have any iframes, so you can just kind of slam the Rising Fire into him, and he goes down pretty quick. But
oh wow, he's gonna give me this bad.
yeah, some pretty unlucky patterns too.
That's really one of the worst patterns. You don't. That's terrible. Oh well.
From here on out, the route, after you get the Buster upgrade, the route is more or less just weakness order, but there's a secondary reason for coming to this stage next, and it's because there is a mid-stage where you really, really want Frost Tower for the boss. So this is a very natural fourth stage.
So we just saw Chill Penguin in that last mid-boss fight. Are there any other frozen bosses from the X series in this?
Nope. Those are the only ice ones before this, so.
Shucks.
So, Frost Walrus is actually pretty straightforward. He takes a really huge hit from fire, but he has long iframes if you do it in a weird way. So we want him to actually hit a wall first, which is the left one, which is the closest. So. And it's just fire from here. And that's Frost Walrus.
Nice.
If anybody knows X1, my split for this is actually not the 34 for Walrus Prime up there. So, like Orsa said, another thing that kind of bites about X is that we actually have to fight Colonel twice, and the first time is actually after this. So, we really want Colonel not to teleport on us. I'm really hoping he doesn't do that, because I'll really have to save ice shards for him if he does that. He really just messes everything up if he does that.
Yeah, Colonel has a weird quirk with his invincibility frames, where every time he changes his frame of animation, his iframes will reset. So you can get a bunch of extra hits on him if you time the Frost Towers right. You'll see Ultra do it at the start here. It's pretty consistent. Whenever he starts throwing swords, his iframes will reset here.
Do something a little different here. Alright, we're now in a better cycle here. There we go. So the next stage is actually an auto-scroller. The only thing I can mention really about that is that you want to just dash, air dash actually with a bike. So
in particular, you want to dash in the air, like Ultra said, because dashing on the air will scroll the screen forward faster than dashing on the ground does. You also want to be doing little tiny jumps and then dashing into the ground, because any time spent falling is time spent not dashing. So that's about all there is to Jet Stingray.
Yep, you can do donations if you need to.
No problem. We have a $20 donation from Anonymous that says, loving this Mega Man X block. Can't wait for the X4 100% run. As X would say it, it's time to get serious. We also have a $50 donation from Venice Prince that says, remember your training, Ultra. Rely on your instincts. Ultra instincts. Show everyone why X is better than 0. We also have a $50 donation from the Blue Magician that says, had to donate during the Mega Man X block. Thanks so much to all the runners and staff for this wonderful event, and good luck over the week. We also have a $50 donation from Punch Weasel that says, Mega Man X4 was both my first Mega Man game and a large part of my childhood. So I'm glad to see it being run at GDQ. Good luck with your run, Ultra. We have a $25 donation from the Second Rat that says, second donation of the week, going out to my favorite X game, X4. It was one of the first video games I've ever played and taught me to always know, what am I fighting for? I don't know.
Oh, I jumped too high. So actually, Stingray can actually follow you, and that just tells me I was too slow. All right, so Stingray actually has a really funny pattern, and every time he dives, he screams, yeah. So.
Yeah, this boss is horribly random.
There it goes.
You want to keep him on screen if at all possible. But he can pretty much dive whenever he feels like.
Like right now.
Well, this is a decent pattern.
I could have had it. Oh well.
Yeah, we do have his weakness, which is Frost Tower, but it causes him to get invincibility frames for like 3 full seconds.
Yep.
So
And then he flies off screen. Well, that's Stingray, but yeah. Theoretically, you want him to stand on right, left, right, and on the right side and falling downward. So.
Yeah. I think you got 1 extra dive, which is not too bad.
And we gotta go to Slash Beast, which is on a train. And also, you can actually spend the train a little bit better. I know it's on a timer, but I don't know too much.
Yeah. This stage is sort of divided into chunks, where at the end of each chunk, the game has to transition to the next one. And it only checks to see if it can transition every couple of seconds. So if you're hitting the right cycles, then you won't lose any time. But if you're hitting the wrong cycles, then you can lose extra time just to having to wait. So like Ultra will stop here, and the game will check to see if it can go to the next bit. And then we'll let him. This is mostly relevant before the mid-boss, or after the mid-boss, excuse me. You can lose up to a couple seconds there if you're really slow in the mid-boss.
What I find interesting is that this is a supply train apparently for the enemy, but they constantly have these bats dropping bombs on the train. Seems a little counterproductive.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the bad pattern.
Yeah, that's a bad cycle. It's sort of in your control, and there's sort of nothing you can do about it. But yeah, this stage is pretty tough. There's a lot of weird terrain here. There's a lot of enemies. And you want to make sure you're taking your damage boost carefully in this section in particular. There's 2 forms of knockback in this game. That's probably worth mentioning. When you take a hit on a Met like that, you just get stunned for a little bit. But when you take a hit on a big guy like that, you actually get knocked all the way back and stunned. So you want to be taking hits on the guys that don't stun you instead.
And then Slash Beast is one of the hardest bosses in the game. Not really.
Yeah, with his weakness, he's not too bad.
It's just like he doesn't like water too much.
Yeah, so Ultra's going to be alternating here between charged and uncharged hits. His iframes last long enough that you can sort of charge in between whenever you knock him over.
That's Slash Beast.
Very nice. Yeah, I guess kind of easy, like you said.
Well, as opposed to Zero, you have to saber him away from the roar.
Yeah. His pattern's pretty tough if you're not using his weakness. Like, he moves pretty quick and has a lot of different attacks.
So now we got Slash. We actually, this is where we actually have to get the revisit. So it's actually back in Dragoon. There's a segment above the mech area that we get our armor piece. This stage is pretty straightforward. If you want to read donations, you can.
No problem. We have a $25 donation from Kerplop that says Mingman in all his forms is one of my favorite video game heroes. I'm always happy to donate during his box. We also got a $20 donation from 0137 that says greetings from Germany. Go back to the base, X. And then I have a $25 donation from Anonymous that says the Mega Man X and Zero series were easily my favorite games as a kid, and seeing them run at this event is always really cool. Thanks for the great runs, and donation goes to Runner's Choice. We also have a $25 donation from Anonymous that says the Mega Man X series was and is my favorite SNES series. I have to donate during this block.
This is really precise. There we go. So that ledge actually, I don't know how many pixels this is, but I know it's like 2 or more, a little bit less. Because
yeah, there's only two, like probably less than 5, I would imagine, to jump off the ledge and actually clear it. Thankfully, if you miss it, it's not too bad because you can just hop in the mech, but...
Yeah.
The good old mushroom boss.
Yeah, he was building a laboratory.
He just attacks people that visit there. I mean,
So the mushroom stage is actually pretty precise in jumps. I'm gonna try to avoid so many bonks. Nope.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning, you picked up that chest armor in Magma Dragoon. What that does is gives X access to the Nova Strike, which is this game's sort of big Giga attack. It does 12 damage on hit, which is, what, 4 times as much as a Charged Buster?
Yeah.
So you can do a lot of damage with it. And you can also use it for platforming because it gives you a sort of a double jump. It's pretty cool. It's a really versatile upgrade. Also, this climb is really neat. You can sort of use the charged Rising Fire to platform instead.
And then here comes a mini boss. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, this is a mid-boss here, but what Ultra did is by using the charged Rising Fire and then Noving, he gains enough height to literally just jump over the camera lock trigger, which means you can just jump right past the mid-boss.
hi, mid-boss.
This stage is pretty straightforward. You can always read more donations you need to.
No problem. We got a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, happy to see X4 at another AGDQ. Always a great cause, and this game got me into speedrunning. We also have a $10 donation from Anonymous that says, represent the Mega Man X crew. Let's go Ultra. And we got a $25 donation also from Anonymous that says, time to get serious. Mega Man X4 is the best Mega Man game purely for its amazing voice acting. Slash Beast is the best Maverick. Donation goes to Champions Road for the Super Mario 3D World. I will donate another $25 if someone can truly answer the question.
Oh,
What is Zero fighting for?
Why didn't he dash? What happened? Oh, wow. That's never happened before. Wow. That was weird.
Yeah, you can actually use the charged rising fire to skip a portion of the elevator, but it scrolls the camera enough that if you don't make it to the platform, then there's nothing to catch you. But this sort of elevator skip is pretty neat because you can actually get into the boss room before the game intends to be there.
There we go. You just have to air dash. I don't know why it didn't work.
And once the elevator catches up with you,
This is another hard boss fight.
yeah, the one important thing about Lightning Web that makes this fight work is that if you jump off of near the center of it, you can't jump off like the very top or the very bottom. But if you jump off the center of it, it'll actually despawn, so you can instantly fire another one.
That's split mushroom. And we have a Cyber Peacock, so we're actually going into the internet here to go find another Maverick.
Oh, God.
He lives in cyberspace and wants to destroy the network system.
I knew the internet was working was as robots were still running the world. So X actually has an item that actually can make these things despawn. So this actually makes movement actually relatively easy compared to Zero, where you can just kind of just dash through. So like it's just pretty straightforward. You just see dashing forward.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the stage, the gimmick of it is that it's sort of a series of time trials. If you get to the end in a certain amount of time, you get an S, A, B, or lower rank. I don't remember what the lower ones are. But if you get an S rank, then you get rewarded with a heart tank, an E tank, and a capsule. They do get a little bit harder, but they're all mostly pretty generous. And there's one neat thing there that Ultra used the Nova Strike. Instead of to deal damage, he used it to platform. So he jumped and then Nova to jump again and get a little bit of extra height to reach up to a platform a little early.
Yep. It's a faster way of climbing than a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, you only get one Nova per stage, right?
Yes. You can refill your Nova either by getting energy drops or by taking damage. And it slowly refills it over time. But it does refill it on every load as well, so he'll have another one for this section.
Mm-hmm. So some more interesting information. You actually can't press these buttons if you take damage. You actually have to wait for out of frames, and then the game will actually let you press the switch. It's weird. I don't understand why. So with Cyber Peacock, you want him to actually stand in a corner from left to right on the wall. So he just sits there and shoots these like arrows at you. Otherwise, he'll try to keep teleporting on top of you. If he teleports on top of you, you want to soul body him so that he just tries again. But if he's in the corner, you can use Buster Shots, which actually will do more damage over time than having him teleport like this. It's not.
Yeah, the lower his health gets, the more likely he is to go up. So hopefully we'll be able to see it here. There it is. And he'll stay up here until he takes a certain amount of damage, and then he'll teleport away.
There we go. That's Cyber Peacock. So that's all the 8 Mavericks, actually. So now we're actually onto the Sigma stages, or in this case, actually, the Colonel stages. This whole time, you've actually been fighting his military, and he's been trying to like get freedom for his people. So there's 3 other people that we're trying to fight. And there's a traitor among us. This stage is very, very straightforward. It's very movement heavy. There's no RNG behind it, really. Except for maybe how these guys bounce sometimes. That was weird. That last segment always can get to me. If I don't kick out the walls correctly, it'll actually mess me up and trying to time it.
Yeah, they really bounce all over the place.
So, as Orso said before, Colonel actually changes his iframes every time like he moves position. So we want to get a triple hit here with Nova.
Yeah, there's a fairly consistent setup for a double and sometimes even triple hit with the Nova Strike at the beginning of that fight. Because Colonel will always start the fight the same way.
That's Colonel. So, I think the next boss we fight is Iris, right? Is that what's supposed to be? I forget.
Who's that yellow guy?
I don't know. Some dude that keeps saying he's a Maverick Hunter.
Yellow Mega Man?
Yeah, Yellow Mega Man. Oh. This damage boost, just Nova Strike across. We don't need it for Iris. Oh, what's Double doing here? You're gonna get hurt, X.
You're gonna get
Watching this on the practice room, I was like, is that guy the right? Is he a Maverick? And it turns out, yeah.
So I'm trying to get him to keep following me so that, oh. Hold on, that's not good. There we go. So, yeah. I noticed I bonked him actually himself too many times. He actually does 6 damage, and his enemy things, that whatever he spews out does 2 damage.
Yeah, so there's 2 routes through this stage. There's a top route and a bottom route. The top route is pretty easy, but it's a little bit slower. Primarily because it has an extra door transition compared to the bottom one. It's probably about 2 or 3 seconds slower.
No. Well, actually just doing it the way I just did, I was...
Yeah.
I took an extra hit from when I was in the mech, and I'm like, oh, I won't be able to make that, so I had to backtrack a little bit. All right, so this is the general. Interesting enough, Capcom can't spell it for sometimes because you see it spelled correctly, but then it's not. So.
My fate is sealed.
I have no choice.
No choice.
Oh, he flowed. Okay.
Yeah, so his hitbox is just his head. So you need to hit him with the charged twin slashers and sometimes the uncharged. Should note that the helmet upgrade actually gives you unlimited ammo for uncharged weapons, but it does still consume energy to use charges.
That's general.
Oh, you got the extra sound effects.
So just like every other X game, what would be Mega Man X without having to fight all the Mavericks again? So that's what we're on our way to do. And there's an interesting fight in the very first one. I'm going to do my very best to try to get this to work.
Yeah, so Web Spider here, he has a bug with his iframes, just like Owl, where if he has iframes and he leaves the screen with them, then he won't have them while he's off the screen. So what we're going to try to do here is we're going to try to hit him to get to a point where he'll have iframes leaving the screen, and then Nova him while he's above, and it'll basically just run him through and take him down in one shot if he cooperates.
Yeah, I need him to... Nope, he moved.
Yeah.
There
if he goes, he needs to sort of follow you.
Yep.
Like, since he went left, he didn't move with you.
I was afraid of that. I really was.
Yeah, just unlucky.
Oh.
The routing of these refights is mostly routed around the Nova Strike. Ultra used one in the Web Spider fight, and he picked up a refill there, which is going to put him at about half. So he's going to be taking some bit damage boost here in Magma Dragoon, so he has a second one to work with on the Storm Owl refight.
So this is the other quick fill. This is actually the only differences in the refights. Everything else is actually the exact same that you would have done in the previous fights. So.
Yeah, this guy has a weird interaction with his weakness. Whenever you hit him with the aiming laser, there's a very short period afterwards where he doesn't have iframes. So I'm just going to aiming laser him and then wait like just a little bit and then Nova Strike him, which usually takes out about 3/4 of his health.
There we go. I think I missed one hit on that. I could have hit him one more time. So.
But yeah, like Ultra said, the rest of these fights are pretty much going to be the same as they were in their stages. So this is a good time for donations, I think.
Yep.
No problem. We have a $25 donation from Brightfish that says, didn't mean to have my name set as anonymous. As promised, here's that extra $25. Maybe it will help us to finally understand what Zero is fighting for. /Beast for the win.
Wow.
We also have a $200 donation from Anonymous that says, extremely proud to be able to donate during my favorite game of all time. And they want me to say, are you ready for round 2?
Oh, jeez.
Horrible Sigma. We have a $50 donation from Ian, Braden, and Julia that says, first time watching with my son and daughter. We are loving the runs so far this year. Keep up the great work. $20 from Nate the Cow that says, hello AGDQ, relatively new watcher, first time donor. I just wanted to give a shout out to my friend Shout Out Cow for introducing me to this charity event back in 2016. I've tried to watch as much as I could ever since. I had to donate during the Mega Man X block since the series is so close to my heart. Here's to a good cause, and good luck to all the runners this week. Yeah, let's go get a clap. Come on, come on.
There we go.
We also got a $10 donation from Bummy that says, hey Ultra, good luck with the Mega Man run from your pal. Legend of Gear donates $35 that says, after losing family members to cancer and my fiance's sister having gotten over it, I had to donate towards a future of cancer prevention. Especially glad to donate during the Mega Man X block. Keep up the great work, runners and GDQ staff.
The last two bosses are still RNG based. I can't do anything about it, so.
Hoping for a good Stingray pattern.
Same. Really mess up that walrus too. Yeah. 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 Oh my god, this is terrible.
Best patterns.
Yeah. There we go. Nah, it starts off bad too. Dang. I was really hoping you were gonna redeem yourself, Cyber. Dang it. Oh, there we go. Time to get serious.
Serious time.
There we go.
Nice.
And now we're gonna find Sigma, who's been controlling everybody to do his bidding. He also became death himself or something. I don't know what happened here.
He went through a lot of phases, didn't he?
Okay. So the first part is always easy. Like all you gotta do is just charge fire.
Yep. He's supposed to teleport away every time you hit him with a fire, but I guess there was a miss here with the charged fire because you can kind of just take him down in 2 hits.
You ready for round 2?
Is he?
So I'm gonna do some movement here. Focus once.
So the most important part about this fight is whenever he throws that scythe right there, you need to make sure you're standing between him and the wall. If the scythe goes in the floor, then you get an electrified floor and you also get boomerangs that home in on you, which are very dangerous. Very nice fight.
Alright, so Laser Sigma, you're about to see here, his weakness is actually Soul Body. which is why we have Full Choose, and the ground signal, which is garbage, is weak to Stingray. So. Come on, give me the. There we go.
Yeah, so this fight's kind of crazy. You alternate between Gunner, heads, ugly face, heads, and then back to Gunner. Getting a good pattern here.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ended.
So the way this works is that every time Ultra takes damage, the game refreshes his hover, which is a little bit of a weird mechanic, but it lets him one cycle Gunner Sigma, which saves a lot of time.
Wow, this is a really good Sigma fight.
Yeah, it was
there
good.
it is. All right.
Time is coming up.
Yeah, time will end when I talk to General. I really like that Sigma. That was really actually good. There was no the end. Time.
Yeah, there we go.
So if you like some awesome voice acting, you should check out this this scene right here where X actually has to ponder a thing. Oh, it doesn't play. That's fine. You guys can watch. You guys can do it when you guys speedrun it yourselves. There you go.
I'm sure it's on YouTube.
What was my time?
It's down there.
Oh wow, with all them deaths too. Holy cow.
Underestimate.
That was what, 4 times? Holy cow. Well, that's Mega Man X4. I mean, X is a lot of fun. You use a lot of movement and just using weapons is a lot of fun. So if you have any interest, Orsa and I can help you. There's also Mopey Joe and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to ask. Just let us know, and we're always in the Discord and everything. So thanks for letting me do the run here and everybody, and I hope you guys still enjoy the event and everything.
Well done, man.
Amazing job, ultrauberness X for the Mega Man X4. After this is the Mega Man X any percent race. With Colonel Fatso, Walrus Prime, and Tokyo 90. We are gonna go ahead and take it to a Twitch ad. And welcome back to Awesome Games Dunkquake 2018. I am Ed Obin, and we're just getting set up for the Mega Man X race. I'm going to go ahead and read a couple of donations that I didn't get to go through, so I do apologize. We have a $100 donation from Matt66 with a blank message, but we do appreciate your donation. We have a $15 donation from Anonymous that says, donating today to remember my friend Brian, who passed away from complications with cancer last year. Thank you for holding this event and saved the Luigi animals. Oh my goodness. It was all jumbled. We have a, let me see, we got a $300 donation from El Flaming Taco that says, it's AGDQ week. Time to get serious. As always, loving what you guys do. It makes me proud to be part of the gaming community. Here's $300 to help surpass last year's donation total and hopefully save Otacon. Greetings from Mexico. We have a $100 donation from Gadgetman X that says, hey guys, thanks so much for everything you're doing here. Here's a special message from my cousin who is currently fighting brain cancer, who says, hi, I'm Caroline. I'm 4 years old. My birthday is August 28th, and together we are strong enough to beat cancer. Thank you so much, Caroline. We love the message you've given to us. We have $15 from Anonymous that says, Mega Man blog with Edo hosting doesn't get much better than that. I don't know. I don't believe so. But thank you. StingStar1017 donates $10 saying, hey AGDQ, I love the X series and have been running X4 myself. Love what you're doing. We'll donate another $10 if Edobean does the super cute heart melting Kirby point. I'm not even doing the Kirby block here. What's going on here? And put this towards Edo's choice. All right, you guys, you want it. I know you guys want it. I guess I'll fall for the bait. There you go. Cellotherapy donates $25 saying, yes, I made it home in time to see and donate during my favorite franchise ever, Mega Man. Donating for my mom who beat breast cancer thanks to early detection. Really looking forward to this. Really hope to see Battle Network appear in the future GDQ events. Saber donates $100 saying, whoop, Mega Man, Mega Man. GDQ this summer helped me through the loss of my father to multiple cancers found too late to stop. With GDQ's help, there will come a day when no one will ever have to go through what he did. I hope this brings that day a little closer. Thank you for all you do, and good luck with the race. Noble Boy donates $30 saying, hi Mega Man crew, Noble here. All Maverick Hunters, we must protect and cure humanity from cancer coming from the Sigma virus. Fight for everlasting peace, Mega Runners. Good luck Ajimar on 03, Ultron X4, and the runners on the Mega Man X race. Let's delete that vile Sigma virus with our X-Buster and Z-Saber. Remember, and I want to hear it from everyone, what am I fighting for? Wow, that was something. $20 from Justified Banana that says, you guys make the kid in me that took months to do a single playthrough of X4 really mad and make the older me start looking for my scratched up copy. Thanks to everyone at this event, and remember, it's time to get serious. We have $20 from Keen Bro Sidon that says, lost my grandmother to cancer last year before Christmas. Hope this helps in some way. You guys are the best. $5 from Pop Tart Zebra that says, I'm so absolutely hyped for the Mega Man block and the Risk of Rain Run first AGDQ, and my first donation, keep up the awesome work. And just as a reminder, we are getting closer and closer to Metal Gear Solid. in which we have that incentive still. We got that bid war going on. It's Otacon versus Meryl. So right now, to save Meryl is at $4,038. Save Otacon is at $3,747. They're getting really close. It's going to be coming neck and neck. So if you want to see either Meryl or Otacon be saved, go ahead and put in those donations now. And don't forget, guys, this is like the last moment to get your chance to win a handmade Mega Man X figurine or the Mega Man chainmail. Once again, you have to donate at least $25 for the chainmail, $20 for the figurine. This is going to be the last game for you to get that chance. So go ahead and do so now. We have a $50 donation from La Locala 100 that says, I had to donate during the Mega Man X block. Really looking forward to seeing one of my all-time favorite games destroyed in that race. Remember to fight for everlasting peace. Donation goes to Winner's Choice. We have a $30 donation from PND that says, so hyped to see my friends playing X any percent. I wish you all the best of luck in a totally non-biased way. Go Rollers. Glad to see this happen. Money goes to winner's choice. $20 from Jam Walker 86 that says, hey Tokyo, Walrus, and Fatso, good luck there. GDQ, congratulations for the excellent event. Ryder Shreks donates $10 saying, longtime watcher, I love supporting GDQs and always do my part by donating and buying rad shirts. Looks like I picked a good time to donate with two of my favorite series back to back, Mega Man X and Metal Gear. A weapon to surpass Mega Man. You're all pretty good. Y'all know what you're fighting for. Keep it up. We have a $25 donation from Cetra Blues that says, Mega Man X hype. Always my favorite block to watch. We have a $25 donation from Justin Orb that says, I realize I'll be working tonight during the Metal Gear Solid first run, but I'm putting this towards saving Otacon. He snuck his way into my heart better than any snake could. We have a $20 donation from Dave88 that says, nothing like Mega Man X after a hard day's work. First time watching the event live and my proud first donation. Anamantoys17 donates $300 saying, my first time attending a live GDQ event and I'm loving every frame of it. Had to donate during the Mega Man X block. Good luck to all the runners and let's X out cancer. We have a $10 donation from SingStar1017 again that says, as promised, another $10. Thanks, Edo. And thank you. We have a $15 donation from Flame26 that says, this donation is in honor of my brother who died of brain cancer at age 7. I hope to prevent others from going through the same tragedy. All the luck to the runners at this event. Thanks so much for all the runs. We have a $40 donation from Dingus193 that says, sorry couldn't make it out this year. Have a good race, Fatso and Morris and Tokyo, and never forget, Balcony Boys! All right, and it is time, guys, for Mega Man X Any Percent Race. Are we ready? All right. All right, so go right ahead, Caleb and John. You guys are ready?
Yeah.
I know I'm ready. Let's do this, Leo.
Let's introduce everybody, though.
Exactly.
Okay.
We don't care about you. Sit down, man.
We have here. Hey. Let me do the talking, okay?
Hurry up. Hurry up. We got 100,000 people waiting.
We got Tokyo, DC, right here. Come on.
Tokyo 90.
Tokyo, okay, whatever. Tokyo something, man. All right. And then we got Colonel Fatso, who did an excellent job last SGDQ. Colonel Fatso, excellent job. And then we have the underdog, who's gonna win the race? Walrus Prime. Let's go.
All right. We ready to do this, right?
We are.
I know y'all ready, right? I'm not gonna have no weak behind crowd while I'm up here. Come on, let's go. All right. The runners are ready. Let's go. Countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So here it is, Mega Man X, this time any percent style. Unfortunately, it starts just like 100%. Nice little boring intro stage, but we know from past years that this simplistic stage can be problemsome on a couple of jumps here. But we're gonna see, again, this is 80%. You're not gonna get a whole lot of those power-ups you may have seen in 100%. You've got some route changes, especially for you old heads who know about how the 80% route used to be. So a lot of upgrades gonna be omitted here. No armor, you know, they're gonna be careful now. And How about that mash, Kev? You know about the mash stuff on the B, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty painful on the wrists.
Yeah, this is the boring level. No one probably runs any X category likes this level.
Okay, so more importantly, we didn't have any mishaps like we did last year.
Yeah.
Nobody died on the intro stage.
Well, it's not over yet. I mean.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah.
So you're gonna jinx it now, man. So the main thing is here, as they finish the beginning of the intro stage, they're gonna keep their health low. We got our volley here to minimize